So something very, very exciting is upon us, and that is wipe. It is literally here. And I'm so excited for this video because we're gonna go over the #1 question you guys asked me, and that is, what weapon should I be using early wipe? So in this video, we're gonna be talking about my top 7 choices for guns for early wipe. Let's talk about it. What's up, everybody, and welcome back to the Expo and Hideout. My name is Ghost. If you guys have never been here before, I'm super excited you guys are here. Today, we're going to be talking about the top 7 weapons I think you should be using for early wipe and what I think will bring you the most success, and it's going to cater to better players and newer players. Before we get into the video, you guys can stop by the Twitch channel every single day except for Sunday, which might change during the first few weeks of wipe because I'm going to be streaming longer and more often, as well as pumping out a ton of content. But for the Twitch stream, every single day except for Sunday, I would love to see you guys by the stream. We usually have a really good time. Also, if you guys are finding value in this content, make sure you guys smash that like button because it helps YouTube push my videos to all the people who are searching for Tarkov stuff, and it means a lot to me if you guys could do that for the algorithm, as well as bringing you guys value. If you want to see more Tarkov content, there's about 90 plus, or we're either right at 90 or 91 videos for Tarkov content. So you can always subscribe to the channel. You can always hit the bell if you want to be notified when videos go live. So before we get into this video, one of the biggest questions people ask in stream when wipe is coming about, or even new players in general, and that is, what gun should I be running? And this question is common in intermediate players. If I have this much money, what gun should I be running? If I am, can I consider myself like a Giga Chad and run the meta stuff without it hurting the bank? But in the beginning, it's very, very crucial because money is king. So you want to be able to save the most amount of money, but still use effective guns. And if you're new, especially to Tarkov, you're probably going to lose more of your guns and go through more of your money faster than somebody who's been playing the game. So I thought I would put together all 7 of the weapons that I want to recommend to you guys, why I'm going to recommend those weapons, take them to the hideout and show you what they look like when you're shooting them so you can kind of decide based off of that. We're going to take them into edit preset and show you what they look like, and then also providing you with a couple complete builds. Let's go. Okay, so right away, you're gonna see I have a whole slew of different weapons that you guys could use, catering to different play styles. Don't feel bad about a weapon you choose. I know a lot of people are like, if you're really good, you're gonna use an SKS and nothing else. It is what it is. Use the gun that's gonna make you the most comfortable, because like I say in my PvP guide, if you are comfortable with a gun, you are gonna do better than a better gun you're uncomfortable with, okay? So, plus it's early wipe. I mean, you're going to try to grab the best guns you can as early as you can, and then you're also going to be doing a lot of grabbing guns off of scavs you kill, raiders you kill, players you kill. So these are going to be the initial barter guns that you can get by yourself, and the initial guns you can purchase by yourself. This is not what comes in your stash as a bear or USEC. This is not has anything to do with that, but this is going to be the weapons that I recommend. So the very first gun that I'm going to recommend is the SKS, and we're going to move down the line. We have an MP5 here, we have a PP19, we have an AKM, we have a Vepr VPO 136, which is the 7.62 by 39 carbine. We have the builds for both of these that I will go over and explain to you. And then we have the Mosin and we have the AKS 74U. Now, the very first one that I want to talk about is the SKS. And the reason why I want to talk about the SKS is because this is going to be your cheapest option, besides like doing barters. That way you can buy it whenever you want. You can buy right in the beginning. And the dope thing is you can run the 20 round magazines now, which is a complete game changer. Now, you can do a couple things with this. You can either top load it and use your little box magazine, or you can put in the 20 round magazine and you can buy multiple of these. It does take a little bit longer to reload, but you can reload a full mag, or you can buy 120 like I have in here, and you can top load the rest as necessary. Now, this honestly completely depends on the scenario. So I'm going to talk a little bit about each gun as we go and why I'm choosing it. The reason why I'm choosing the SKS as probably my #1 pick is because it's the cheapest, but also because you're able to rock 7.62 by 39 PS ammo, right? Don't get it confused with 545. And that PS ammo is one of the strongest ammos in the game in the beginning. And we have a few guns that use that ammo. That is why I think this is very strong. Also, it's very minimal. You literally don't have to do anything to it. Now, the problem with the SKS, the cons of it is semi-automatic and it is using iron sights. So you do, once you unlock Jaeger, you do unlock the lighter color one, which is the OP SKS. Now, once you unlock that one, you can actually put like a PSO on this, and you see this little dovetail area. You can put a scope on this, and you can switch it up a little bit, and you can get that scope from, I think Vepr has the PSO scope. It looks just like this, and is right here. But for now, we're going to be running the regular SKS in my recommendation, and so you're just literally grabbing it and running it because of the ammo you use. The next gun that we're going to talk about, oh, and you can get the SKS for about 21,000. It's kind of hard right now because we're in the middle of an event, so the prices aren't going to be exact, but around 21,000 rubles. And then you can get the 20-round magazine from Peacekeeper right here. And you're going to be able to get that for about 70 USD. So it's a really good deal. It's pretty inexpensive to run, and you're going to be able to have a heyday with this. Next is going to be the MP5. Now, the MP5 is legit because you can literally run this as is as well. And now I understand that there are some people who don't like the MP5 iron sights. I do. I'm going to show you guys in the hideout what all of these look like. I think it's probably one of the best iron sights for a gun in general. I've kind of always liked it, whether I was playing Call of Duty, Battlefield, or this, or any other game with an MP5. Very, very standard. This is how you run it, and this is how you get it. This is actually a barter, and on this one you're going to actually barter from Peacekeeper, and it's a very, very easy barter. You're going to barter brown knives. So if you kill scavs, you're going to find melees on them, and a lot of them have brown knives. You just take that and you turn in 8 of them and you get an MP5. Really, really good deal. Really, really good in the beginning. And you're able to use PST-GZH, which is also a very strong round in the beginning. So the main difference between PST in your SMG or the bigger round, the 7.62 by 39 PS round, the damage is almost like identical on the flesh. The PST is going to pen right over level 2 armor. The PS is going to pen over level 3. So you are going to have the higher pen on the PS round, but PST is perfectly fine to run in the beginning. And honestly, because you're running an SMG and the vertical recoil is gonna feel non-existent, you're a lot easier going to be able to shoot them in the face, prioritize the head, and get the kill. Also, you have 30-round magazines, and so you're gonna have the full auto feature. You're gonna have larger magazines. So SMGs are definitely gonna be strong and are strong in the beginning of every wipe. Next, we are going to be looking at the PP19, which is honestly one of my favorite guns in the game in general. Even using it late wipe, it's just really fun to use. You want to obviously be accurate with it late wipe, but it also has the 30-round magazines, and we're going to be able to get this from, I believe, Vepr. And this is also a barter, a very cheap barter, and a very easy barter to obtain because you are using it, getting it with T-plugs. So it's 4 T-plugs for this gun. And the cool thing about it is you find T-plugs everywhere. You find them in bags, you find them in filing cabinets, you find them in stashes. You literally find them just all over the place randomly, and usually you would toss them out, but in the beginning of wipe, hold on to them and trade them in for a PP19. You get the 30-round magazines as well, and then you also get to attach some things to it, so it's a little bit better in that sense. If you want a sight, if you want things with it, this is going to be your go-to for the T-plugs. If you don't already start with this gun, you're going to be able to add the AK-100 series polymer. And don't worry, I'm actually in these builds where you're using the same parts. I'm going to go over all those these parts in detail on these builds, so you're not missing out on anything. Don't feel like you have to like search it or backtrack in the video or anything, okay? Also, there's going to be timestamps for everything. You could run the Dovetail Cobra EKP, which you can also get from Vepr. And you can just literally slap that on. So if you want a sight, there you go. It's already ready to go. The cool thing is you can take off this right here. You can put on the AK-100 series polymer, and then now you have an area for your foregrip, and you have an area for your sight or your light. So you can run it like that. And then on top of that, you can go ahead and stick a cheap laser that you can get from Skier. We're going to stick that like that. So here it is on the side. And we're going to go ahead and put the CAC vertical foregrip. So there you go. Now you have better stats. We're looking at 6150. Very, very simple build. Very, very inexpensive to run. Definitely something that you guys are going to want to look into for the beginning. The next one that I recommend is the AKM. So the cool thing about the AKM is you're going to be shooting the same rounds as you would be with the SKS, right? The 7x6 2x39 PS rounds, which is dope. You get a 30 round magazine. The reason why I recommend this to people who are newer, maybe you're a good player, a veteran player, and you just don't like semi-auto. I get it. Run the AKM. The reason why is because this trades for food, and if you know where food spawns, you can literally get these all the time. And I have an option if you don't want to use the barter, but the barter is going to be for the 3 small Tashanka, and you actually have to collect the large Tashanka to turn in for a quest, so you can keep the small Tashanka for your AKMs. You're going to have the 30 round magazine, and we are going to switch it out, and this is going to be the build that you can make for very inexpensive, but you're going to have this, and you're going to go ahead and do that on Prepor. I keep double clicking. I'm sorry, guys. You're going to actually trade it for the food right here. And then you have something that is fully automatic that's still using the PS rounds. And the other cool thing is you can customize it to look like this. And then the other thing, so say you can't find food, right? You're new to the game. You can't really find food for this, and you still want to run this with larger magazine, almost identical. And in that case, you're actually going to go to Skier. Go to level 1, right? It's the very beginning. And so there's 2 options here. There is the VPO 209, which is the 366 TKM carbine. Do not buy this one, okay? You could use this one, but that's not the one I'm going to recommend, and I don't think you should buy this one. Instead, get the VPO 136. There is a difference. And this is the one we're going to be running. This is pretty much the AKM semi-automatic only, right? It's a carbine, so you're not getting the full automatic that you would get on the AKM, but it's pretty much the same gun, and it customizes exactly the same way. So if you can't find the food for the barter, run this instead. If you feel uncomfortable running the SKS. Now, let's compare these real quick. The SKS is cheaper. It's very minimalistic. You just literally grab it and go into a raid. This, you can actually take like this and be pretty much fine because you're using it in semi-automatic anyways, or you can customize it like I have in the build, and you guys can make your choice for that. That is usually running around 32,000 rubles, so a little bit more than the SKS, and then that's going to be that option. After that, these are kind of like worthy mentions in my opinion, and I'll tell you why. The Mosin, because it's just a legendary gun, dude. This is strong all wipe long. You always want to be careful for Mosin men. Most of the time, because Mosin men will go in here with just iron sights, which I think look really good, honestly, and they'll just shoot you in the head, and they will kill your whole squad with a Mosin, and they'll have, there's 1 round for every person on your team, right? Holds 5 rounds. And so it's just really strong because it uses LPS. LPS is really cheap, and it's a large round. It works really well. The damage is very high. So all around, it's a really good gun. It is more expensive to run, so it might be more upsetting if you don't have that much money and you're losing it. Also, the ergo isn't that good. So in comparison to like the SKS, you're gonna definitely feel a difference in the ergo, but it is still very, very strong. Especially if you can get a hold of SNB, which you can find everywhere. That is one of the other reasons why I recommend it. So there are certain ammos that you find more often than others. SNB, you find a lot. 7.62 by 39 PS, you find a lot. Both of those are the guns we're talking about. So 7.62 PS, and then we have SNB, which is this, which 2 taps end level armor, okay? SNB is a gnarly round to get for free, and it's everywhere. On top of that, the other worthy mention, and that's why the Mosin. The other worthy mention is the AKS-74U. You can get this for about 27,000 rubles, and the reason why I recommend this is because you can customize it just like you can customize one of these AKs, and it's nice, compact, it feels great in CQC settings, fully automatic, it has a 30 round magazine in it, and it's really not that expensive. So for what you're getting, I think it's good, and it is 545, which I usually don't recommend. But I'm gonna tell you why I recommend 545 in the beginning if you can afford it. So honestly, whether you grab this or you grab the AKM-74M or N, it doesn't really matter. I prefer the AKS-74U, but you're gonna get a ton of free BT. I think there was 2 raids in a row where we got like 50 plus rounds of BT just finding it on the ground. So if you know where to look, like for instance, anywhere by the machine guns in stronghold building and customs, there's just ammo laying around. That whole area has a lot of ammo, but you'll find just like stacks of BT ammo. You'll find stacks of BS ammo. BS is like one of the best ammos you can run in 545, and BT is extremely good in the beginning of wipe. It is a great round to have, and the fact that you can just pick it up for free if you're just looking is a really, really underrated reason for using this gun. Because I do see people saying like there's no good ammo that you can buy, which I agree with actually, because if we go ahead and look, we're gonna see in level 1 you have PS, 545 PS, nah, T, trash, PRS, not good. So the ammos that you can actually purchase are actually not good at all. But the fact that you could find BT and find BS makes it worth it, in my opinion, to run. Now, maybe what you want to do is run one of these guns, wait till you find some BT, stack up a little bit of BT, and then cop this, and then you're going to be running really good ammo, and it's going to feel really good. So let's quickly get into this build for the AKM. And remember what I said earlier, it is the same parts that we're putting on the PP19. It's going to be some of the same parts you can put on the AKS-74U, and it is exactly the same parts as you put on the VPO-136 when you're using the Vepr. So we're going to grab this, and the very first thing that we're going to be grabbing is the AKM adapter. And so what this is this is an adapter so that you can put this muzzle brake on here, because you won't be able to fit it without it. So if you find this like in Raid, or you just purchase it and you're like, this looks like it fits an AKM, and you try to slap it on, if you don't have this little piece right here, you're not going to be able to do that. So that's pretty much what serves that purpose. It's just an adapter, and you can get that from Skier. The next thing we're going to do is obviously grab that muzzle brake for the AK-103 that fits with the adapter. You're going to get that from Propor. That's going to give you -2 ergo, -10% vertical recoil. It is worth it, and all these parts are very inexpensive. I'm sorry I don't have the part prices right now, because we're in an event right now. I'm not getting all the accurate prices, so I don't want to be inaccurate. So instead, I'm just gonna put them up here, and you guys can see how much they are. But they're inexpensive. Next thing we're going to be doing is we're going to be grabbing, for a little bit of extra ergo, we're going to be grabbing the polymer pistol grip, and that is going to give us +7 ergo, and that's going to be from Propor. After that, we're going to be grabbing the Bastion dust cover, and this allows us to put sights on it so that we can slap this or whatever else you want. There's also the Burris fast fire that you guys can choose if you want for a little extra money. You can get that from Skier as well. I think in the beginning, money is king, and I think that you should be saving money where you can in the beginning until you start stacking your money before you start using better stuff just to use it, because you might end up just losing it, or somebody else might be using better stuff. You're going to clap them with this and you're going to take it anyway. So see how it goes. You're going to go ahead and grab the Bastion dust cover. That's going to be from Skier for -1% vertical recoil and +5 on the ergo. On top of that, we're going to be putting the Cobra EKP from Propor for -2 ergo. But when you slap the shade on top of it, or the eye cup from Propor, you're going to add +3 ergo. So overall, this sight in general gives you +1 ergo, which is pretty dope. On top of that, we're going to be switching this out. Now, this is kind of like subjective. This is going to give you more ergo than the wooden one, but the wooden one gives you slightly more vertical recoil. So it really depends on what you want. I usually run the black one, so this is what I'm showing you guys. The polymer stock is from Propor. It gives you -32% on the vertical recoil and +5 on the ergonomics. That is not a make or break for the build. It's honestly just whatever you choose. You can also rebuy your magazines from Propor as well if you need more. We're going to run the Zenit RP1 charge handle, and we're going to get that from Skier, and that's going to add +1 ergo. Very inexpensive. Then after that, we're going to run the polymer AK100 foregrip, and that is because it's going to allow us to put a foregrip and a sight or a light. That is going to be from Propor, and it's going to give us +5 ergo. On top of that, the most bang for your buck, in my opinion, is the CAC vertical pistol grip. There is 1 or 2 more options that you guys could use. I think one of them's up here. Yeah, we have the Zenit RK6 for something else as an option. It does give you less ergo, but you get a -1% on the vertical recoil. I like the CAC vertical grip. This gives us +7 on the ergonomics, which feels really nice. That's going to be from Peacekeeper. And then on top of that, we're going to be running the NC Star Blue Laser, which is pretty much the budget laser that I run anyway. And you can run this from Skier at -1 ergonomics, completing the build at 50 ergo which feels really nice on a very low budget gun, and then 111 on the vertical recoil. I know that sounds atrocious, but I'm gonna go ahead and take it into the hideout and show you guys what they look like. So don't panic yet. We're gonna get in there and show you guys those, okay? Very first gun we have is the SKS, the regular one. Let me actually turn the lights on a little bit more. I don't like the sound that it makes when I turn these on, but for the sake of being able to see, we're gonna go ahead and use this for a second. So we have the regular SKS. Let's go ahead and look at see how the sight is. I'm used to it. I like it. But for a lot of people, they feel like it takes up too much of their screen, which I totally understand. It's whatever you like, right? It's the ergo. You do get that buck, you have to get used to the reset. That's the SKS. This is the MP5 stock. Look at how quick that is. This feels so nice beginning a wipe, man. I love this gun. I get so excited when I find those brown knives. It's so sweet this way. The only problem is if you really don't like the iron sights, but other than that, it's really good just right out of the box like that. All right, next we have the PP19, but this is with the sight, and you can actually change the reticle as well. So if you want something else, this is ergo, nice as well. Look at that, beautiful. Oh my gosh, I can't wait to run this. And then after that, we have the AKS 74U. There we go. So you can put a sight on this. Same way that we were doing the other AK stuff. You can buy stuff for it and switch it up. It does pop up a little bit, so you have to get used to it. But then it settles back down and you're still gonna hit, you know, a lot of headshots. See how it has the initial shot and then it goes up? It actually goes higher and then you kind of just pull down. And that's the AKS 74U. Next we have the AKM. This is the one that we just built. Same sight. Do like this or something. It's actually not bad at all. Get the ergo in. Then we'll have the, I did the stock one just so you could see the difference. This is going to be the stock VPO, the single fire. It's really not bad at all. There we go. And lastly, we have the Mosin. Oh my gosh, look at this thing. Look at this thing. There we go. And that is the Mosin. I'll make sure real quick, since this is the one we kind of built, that I'll bring it into the edit preset, because I know you guys like to see it in this menu. Well, guys, that pretty much wraps up the video. I hope you guys got some value out of this video. If you did, make sure you smash that like button because it does go a long way for the channel. And if you guys want to see more Tarkov content, especially in the beginning of the swipe, how to make money in the wipe, we're going to be doing videos on that. We're going to be doing videos on the best barters for you guys, some tips and tricks for some of you new players and some of you who are new to wipe, and other videos like this. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel, and you can always hit the bell if you want to be notified when videos go live. Also, if you guys have any idea of videos you guys want to see, make sure you let me know down in the comments, because there is a lot of people who have posted what they want to see in the comments, and I've made videos out of it. So I'm totally down for that. I definitely want to bring you guys the most value if I can. If you guys haven't stopped by the stream yet, I would love to have you guys by the stream every single day. We're going to be streaming longer and more often during wipe schedule, but every single day except for Sunday, I'm on Twitch, so come by. I hope you guys are very blessed. I hope you have an amazing day or night depending on where you're at in the world. I hope that this wipe treats you kind. Happy raids, and I will see you inside the world of Tarky. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace. Is that you in here?
Nope.
Let me know if you come in the building. I'm just killing everybody else.
Oh, hey, a guy coming in from the far side.
Okay. Killed 2.